Hello guys, this is Single Nomad Millennial, where the adventure begins. I want to talk about how to identify and avoid losers or toxic people. The first indication that you are talking to a loser is this person complains about everything in life in daily basis, or each time you find this person, this individual always has something to complain about. When you find this kind of people, obviously you will always feel bad or even angry about what's going on around you or even about other people. So it's recommended to cut the relationship with them. So you, you stop hearing complaints about everything very often. You will reach some point that it will be unusual for you to hear complaints. But that doesn't mean that you don't recognize reality, or you don't acknowledge problems, or you ignore stress or problems altogether. That's not what I'm talking about here. And that's not the idea. Because you cannot ignore problems either. You either end up with having more problems that you have now, or you end up uh, with facing a critical situation that you may cannot get out of there. So you need to acknowledge problems. That's important. But the thing is, you cannot you cannot complain about it in daily basis because it doesn't help you and anyone either. Okay, nobody wants to hear someone complaining about everything all day long. You know, life has its further complications to add more of them. So for those who have to deal with those kind of people, whether at work, college, or even at home, you may just cut the conversation until they have a nice day or have a nice evening. Um, and your day is over, so you can move on. The second way to identify whether a loser or a toxic person is when this individual talks about other people. What do I mean by this? Yes, they talk about this person, then another person, then another group of person, about what they do at work, when they at college, or what they do in their private lives, or their relatives, or even about their relatives, or their friends, or their colleagues, or their co-workers, or the ex-co-workers, or the ex-bosses, etc., etc., and the list goes on. You mention them, and they always mention names. It's this person did this to me, this person did this to this company, this person did this in college, or this person did this at home, or person did this to me the other day. They always mention the name of the people, and it's someone close to them, or someone they hurt them, or someone who offended them, or someone who did some damage to them in some way. So they always have something to brag about them. Or other people look at the new person, look at the new individual, look at the new boss, look at the new supervisor, the manager, or look at the new student. They always have something to complain about other people all the time. And it's annoying to get those kind of people because you know that if they talk about the people, they also may talk about you in your behalf, and you don't even realize that. Kind of, even if you don't mention anything. uh, uh, about the people, or mention even about the topic or the subject, or you may change the subject and talk about positive things. This person will always have something about you, about others, no matter what. So if you have that kind of person and next to you, very close to you, you may call enough, especially a friend. Yes, it could be a long time friend, but it's not worth it to have that kind of friends around you. Like, this person is a loser, stuck and toxic. You want to avoid this person altogether. So it's better to cut it off and move on with your life. Pretty much, you will find always like-minded people, people who will always be giving you good advice, and people will always use some insightful points of view about life or about the situation. If you feel um, with enough trust to tell them about it, they will give you good advice, and you may take it. But for those people who complain about others, you should stay away from them. Period. The little way to identify um, losers, toxic people, if they always blame everyone about their problems or about their own mistakes, so that's a huge indication that this person has a lot of problems to begin with, a lot of personal issues still unsolved, and you don't have any obligation to solve their problems, to be their emotional bounce back. So the only thing that you can solve that is just, again, stay away from them. It's good enough. Pretty much, even ignore them when you cross ways with them, because they will have something to blame, and those people never acknowledge their mistakes and never assume responsibility for their failures. It's not their fault, but someone else's. So you can be when a community like that. You need to be with people that acknowledge their mistakes, that do self-criticism, so you can learn a lot from them and their mistakes, and then applying to your life and enrich your experience. But with those people who blame others, they obviously don't understand that life is unfair. They don't understand that not everybody will like you, or and they even less understand that everyone is different. Therefore, everyone has their own things to do, their own interests. So they haven't get it over. They haven't gotten over yet. So they need to learn that kind of thing, but they need to learn by themselves. Probably they will never do that, but they need to do it on their own, instead of just a punch bounce emotional punch back. So you need to move away from them, so you may have peace and quiet, far away from those kind of people. The fourth way to define someone who is loser, toxic, is always crying about their life, how miserable their life is, um, and their bad luck, their bad luck, their bad performance, everything about themselves. They always put themselves down. So maybe people have some kind of sort of a compassion with them, um, which is unhealthy for the person itself. And can also annoying for the people around, because everyone has their own problems and they bragging about it with everybody. In fact, you should never talk about your problems with others. ever. That's a huge advice regarding college or work, on the streets, or even family or friends. Pretty much, never do that, because and 20% of people won't don't care about it, or even about anything at all. But the 80% will be content for your disgrace. So that's what it's better to keep your problems for yourselves, except when you meet your mentor, so they can give you kind of like sort of a guidance or orientation, so you can solve your problems on your own. But you cannot uh, reach out all of them every time and have a solution, and they solve it for you. They can figure out some things for you, but you need to do the rest of the work so you can solve your problems. No doubt another way around. Otherwise, you will never learn from your mistakes. And also, you need to learn to listen to people with more experience or a lot of experience in one field, so you can make less mistakes, avoid going through the pain that they went through a long time ago. So that's the way that you learn. Other than just complaining and bragging about it, and 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 lack of action, lacking of action for solving those things. So it's time to take action, to stand out, to solve your problems, to figure out ways to solve the problems. There are a lot of books, podcasts, um, essays, and even mentors available out there that can coach to do those things. Um, Rather than just talking to everybody about the problems and having any solution at all, they can feel compassion and sorry for hear that, and similar phrases, but that won't help you, or then even less they won't help them to solve uh, their issues. So you need to stay away from those people, pretty much. The number five, another way to find losers and toxic people are those people who always preach about some sort of things in social media, but they never apply what they preach. Okay, that's what I call that is called virtue signaling, and they engage a lot in this kind of behavior. And probably some of you, or even most of us, have engaged in this kind of behavior without realizing that we incurred um, in such thing. So therefore, you need to avoid this kind of people as well, because you must believe in what they do rather in what they say. So you need to be careful with those people that they do the opposite. You can't just believe in any word they'll tell you. You need to check out their actions, because we are defined by our actions rather than our words. That's why the saying actions speak louder than words made sense. You have evidence in front of you, whether in social media or in public. So you may cut them off or even got them without notice, because that's the only way that it works. Pretty much. I found out this solution for that one. It's just deleting all my personal social media accounts altogether, so I had to deal with it anymore. Like now, yes, I still can have an account in an exchange language app, but I I don't engage with this kind of people when they preach about this stuff. Um, yes, I was calling out when they do that, because it's incorrect for everyone to do this, to do such thing, because nobody learns from it kind of thing. Everybody kind of repeats the same pattern, and then engage in the same behavior. and it becomes kind of like snowball when everybody ends doing the same thing, and that's the that kind of behavior that we need to avoid to begin with. So just want to identify that kind of thing. Um, the the fourth way to the fifth way to go to losers and toxic people is like looking at the record when it comes to doing business. When you hear the stories about their failure in business, they have lots of failure and they still make a lot of failure, and they insist to make business with you, to have some kind of partnership with you. You can then off mentally because they're losers. They're a bunch of losers. They never learn from that kind of thing. That they suck at business. They suck at entrepreneurship. Um, they are failures in their lives. So you cannot have any sort of deal with them. Just avoid them pretty much. Yes, it's good to learn from their mistakes, so you don't never repeat them. But you also avoid doing business deals with them. Um, and that's what I always look at. Pretty much. There are many of them that they call this as entrepreneurs, but they truly are entrepreneurs. Yeah, some of them are nice because um they're working on it and to achieve their goals regarding entrepreneurship. But then are preaching about entrepreneurship, are preaching about finances, are preaching about marketing and all this stuff, but they don't sell anything at all. They don't have any result. They don't have any clients portfolio. They have any testimonies about people requiring their services, and that's a shame for them because uh, they're not only losers but also that fakers. So they are lying to themselves rather than lying to everybody. So that's how I pointed out this issue. So you may also want to avoid and to follow them too. If you are following one of those, just stop following them altogether in social media, or even stop even buying their seminars or courses or anything related to that because they're just selling a scam. Uh, and I have experience with that kind of thing that I was kind of like part of a mastermind program, but I didn't. I make 3 questions, and I didn't realize that it wasn't for me, that I made a mistake to enroll in the master program in the first place. And also I realized that this person has a good kind of course training for set up a business, to grow the cash, to make a multiple source of income, and I like his material. I no longer have them though. So and yes, I won't mention the name of this person for respect and also for my own privacy as well. So I don't want to give bad publicity to no one or bad name to anyone, but also I don't want to hurt myself in doing this thing too as well. So long story short, I asked for a refund and I got it back. So yeah, and it was nice to know about that kind of thing, to ask from the beginning, so I could assert about the outcome of the mastermind program and the long-term goals. That this person didn't have that in mind. Um, so the same as all the other people enrolled in this mastermind program. So I decided to just walk away, and I also have had walk away from the group on Facebook before. So realized it months later that that it was a mistake to be part of my summer program to begin with. Um, so I no longer part even have even sees even this person's course training about business entrepreneurship or workouts. I I still can remember much of those uh, videos content, so I can summarize then by taking notes or even doing some audio recordings about them. But that's what it's all about. Also, I can mention the names for the copyright issues. Um, so I won't get into details about that kind of thing. So yes, I recommend that kind of programs if you know about these kind of training courses. I advise to take them because they will help you to enhance your knowledge about those topics. But this person also gives advice about relationships that is completely twisted about the real world, because you can just say something that it doesn't work in real life, because that dynamics and concentration are different out there rather than, for example, in an app or social media or online interaction. That dynamics change completely. Okay, um, so it doesn't work. No, even doesn't work these days, both online and outdoors. Like, um, so the only comment that I have to say that's kind of thing, just watch out what you do out there, the way that you behave and you talk to people. You know, just be respectful with everybody, um, and respect boundaries. That's what I always advise to everybody. So you have peace of mind, uh, both outdoors and indoors as well. Because if you have, for example, landlords or roommates, you also need to be even more respectful than you show. Um, so don't engage in arguing, discussions, or kind of um, intense conversations. You may want to avoid that altogether. So I always recommend that kind of thing. It's important. Um, so you need to want to avoid this kind of users that sell you products, your course service that it doesn't work for you in any way, or it's in a scam, completely scam. Like, I bought this product because I like this person content about entrepreneurship, business and finances, and workout. But I dislike the content when it comes to relationships. Also dislike the mastermind program as well. So yeah, I no longer part in the mastermind program at this point, and I don't think the master programs longer work because they are oversaturated. That uh, it's not worth it to be even part in a master program at all if there are some valuable master program to begin with. Yes, there are a lot of valuable podcasts to listen and books to read about, but that's all. It's also you can find mentors for free, so you need to pay for some finance financial coach or some financial manager coach, because that's wasting your money basically. So you need to be careful with those people. If you're going to be around with financial experts, be sure that they have the right credentials to do so, before they have lots of experience in their field, and always make sure that they have the results that they are promised to you, so you avoid getting scammed like I got, because not everybody gets the refund. Okay, most people get scammed and never get their money back. So just watch out and be careful with those people out there. Pretty much, and that's everything that I had to say about losers and toxic people. So see you guys later.